Today we're going to talk about, is the housing bubble about to break? What do you guys think? Do you think the housing bubble is about to break? What do you think? What say you? So if you watch any news, I even heard a newscaster the other day say, oh, thinking about buying a house? Too late. I was like, wow, okay, not too snarky. Like, seriously. It's like, don't need to, like, crush people's hopes and dreams. But this is a great time for real estate investors. I'm going to tell you, this is a great time for real estate investors. In fact, I was just talking to my son today. He just got a house under contract today that he's going to make about $150,000 on. But people are behind on their payments. The bank would not work out a forbearance agreement with them or a loan modification or anything. So the people have a house that's worth, see, I don't have the numbers exactly. It's worth about 500-ish. And they owe, see, I need to get the exact numbers. All I know is he got it under contract. He got the deed, the power of attorney. He got everything done. He's going to put in just only paint and carpet and then sell it. And he's going to make about $125,000. And the homeowners are going to make about $70,000. So he's doing an equity partnering deal with the homeowners, which is something that we've talked about a lot on this podcast in the past. So today would be a good day for you to go back wherever you watch podcasts, Apple or Spotify or wherever. You can see all my titles. And any title that says anything about partner, equity partnering, home equity splitting, equity partnering with homeowners, anything like that, I would really behoove you to listen to those. Because this deal that my son just got today, like this very day, between what he's getting in the homeowner, the $125,000 and the $70,000 for the homeowner, that's almost $200,000 that's sitting there in profit. But the people can't afford to make the mortgage payment, and they can't bring it up because they didn't make their payments during COVID, and so now the bank won't do a forbearance agreement. So this is kind of what happens with these bubbles. And before I get into the whole thing, just go to Dwanderful.com and opt in for 4 free ebooks. And if you like the show or you're having fun with my summer series, I want you to like it, share, subscribe, show it around, share with other people. Leave me a 5-star review, because if you leave a 5-star review, I might read your review. So let's read one from this week. Real people, 5 stars, real people and informative content. She's so genuine and authentic. I appreciate her honesty for the way she looks at the personal things in her life and the people in her life. I also love how much she knows. Sandra Kroger. Aw, thank you. I know I really do share my whole heart with you guys. I tell you about all the stuff I'm going through and everything with Bill, and it's a lot. Like, for real, it's really a lot. Another 5-star review from Kelly Rourke from the United States. So this was just July 3rd. As real as it gets, Dwan has such a gift, such a special voice that touches your heart. Each episode, she delivers so much knowledge and content that we can take action on. Aww, thank you guys. Makes me want to get all cheery when y'all say such nice things about me. So back to this deal that my son is doing. He just got under contract today. Well, he got it under contract. I take that back. He got it under contract several days ago. But we have a 3-day right of rescission. He wanted to give the people a chance to make sure everything was good. And so it's a real deal as of today. He got the deed. He got the power of attorney. He got everything signed that you could possibly need to be signed. Because, I'm always telling y'all, get everything signed. Because from the investing side, you just never know if a homeowner is going to change their mind or move out or die or, I don't know, something. And you just need to make sure you have all of your documents signed and just always have all your ducks in a row. Can I tell you how important it is to have the ducks in a row? So this example of the deal that my son got is a really good example of the housing bubble being about to break. So I don't know the exact numbers, but like I said, he's making $125,000. The homeowners are making $70,000. He's bringing up the back payments. He's just going to only carpet and paint and then sell it. But they have enough equity that there's $200,000 in there to be split. And the reason the homeowners can't bring the payments back up is because the banks have stopped doing forbearance agreements and loan modifications. So if you remember, during the whole beginning of COVID, I kept saying on repeat, do not stop making your mortgage payment. If there's any way you can make your mortgage payment, keep making your mortgage payment. Because I said at some point that bank was doing loan modifications. They were doing forbearance agreements. And forbearance agreement is just where the bank takes all the back payments, divides them up equally, adds them onto the mortgage payment for a short term, maybe 2 years. But it makes your payment more than what it was. So your payment was $850, and now you have to pay an extra $450. You can't afford the $850, so you can't afford the extra, and you stop making the payments, and the bank just goes boom and takes your house to foreclosure, which is exactly the kind of deal that Will got today. So the bank says no to a loan mod, no to a forbearance. Now, I told y'all, I don't even know, 3 or 4 months ago, on my last webinar, I said that I had talked to somebody at the bank. I'll put the webinar link actually in the show notes here. And I had talked to someone at the bank, and he said that the banks have unilaterally, across the board, we're not going to do any more forbearance agreements, no more loan modifications. They stopped. So they stopped doing these back in maybe March. And I told you all about it like the next day. Like, hey, they're not doing these anymore. So any deals that you've been working on or any people that you've tried to help and they said, oh, we're going to get a loan mod, and they tried and none of that stuff worked out, you got to loop back to those people because they're losing their houses in droves. And that's what makes a housing market crash. All these houses go on the market at the same time. And when they all go on the market at the same time, if everybody snaps them up as fast as they can snap them up, then you don't have any problems. But what happens is all these houses go on the market at the exact same time, but the interest rate's so much higher, so people can't afford. The lending criteria is tougher. Hi, honey. Happy just walked in. And the criteria is tougher, and so now it's harder to get the loan. The interest rates have gone up, makes the payment higher, and more people now can't even afford to buy it. And the homeowners are $25,000, $30,000, $35,000, $40,000 behind, and they can't catch it up. And even someone like this deal with that kind of equity, $200,000 worth of equity, they can't make up the payments. They can't refinance it because they didn't make payments for this whole time. So again, when people don't make payments, yeah, if you miss one payment or two payment, you might still be able to refinance your house if you have a ton of equity. But once you miss the third payment, there's like no chance that you're going to ever be able to refinance that property. So this is where investors come in. It's so important for us to pay attention to the housing bubbles and to pay attention to the market and to pay attention to listen to the most wonderful real estate podcast ever all the time because they keep you abreast of what's happening. It's another reason you need to be following me on all the social medias. Always on YouTube, watching my videos. I'm doing all kinds of little 1-minute videos, just really quick so everybody can take in as much information as possible. I interview great guests. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. And I'm always preaching to you guys about the real estate and the market. So if you've even been thinking about investing and you're like, oh, I don't know, waiting for the right time, I'm telling you right now, this is it. This is the time. Today, not coming up, right this very second, this is the time. Okay, tune in tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. I'm using my little stylus to turn my phone off and on. Isn't that fun? But then I have to find the little clicky thing on it. So remember that the truth is in the red letters. Ciao!